'Twas is a family-weight game for the elves in Santa's workshop, scrambling to finish the toys from the last set of letters that showed up the morning of Christmas Eve. It's a competitive, dice worker placement strategy game that still doesn't stray from the spirit of the holidays in gameplay or theme. It takes about an hour to play, with 3 to 5 of Santa's helpers. You'll collect food to feed your teams of elves, and then have to make toys as requested on the letters to Santa, which are essentially contracts. Each toy you make, you'll wrap and deliver under the tree as a visually striking way to keep score. Similarly, if you fill a stocking, which are collective goals, you'll get to put ornaments on the tree. At the end of the game, players just count their presents and ornaments, and the player with the most wins. The potential for classic Christmas components is significant in Twas. To collect the letters and the food, players will roll their dice and play them in order, starting with the player who has the first player Rudolph standee, to one of the workshops. The player who has the die with the highest value on a workshop wins the letter to Santa from that workshop. The other players collect food equal to the value of the die just above theirs. Elves always help one another, as every Christmas lover knows. Let's take a look at how this plays out. The blue player decides to play their 3 in the Candy Canes workshop. The yellow player follows with a 2 in hot chocolate. The purple player, seeing an opportunity, bumps the yellow player's 2 with their own 4 in the hot chocolate workshop. The blue player follows up with their 2 in the fruitcake workshop. The yellow player with their 5 in cookies, and again the purple player decides to bump another player, this time playing a 3 in the fruitcake workshop, bumping the blue player's 2. Blue, however, doesn't take the bait and bumps their own 3 in the candy cane workshop using their 6. The yellow player plays their 1 in the candy cane workshop, and the purple follows with their 4 in the cookies workshop. So after this round of auction, the purple player would win the Dear Santa letter above the fruitcake. The blue player would win the letter to Santa above the candy cane workshop. The purple player would win the letter above the hot chocolate workshop, and the yellow player would win the letter above the cookies workshop. From there, the blue player would get 3 fruitcakes. The blue player would get 6 candy canes, the yellow player would get 3 candy canes, the yellow player would get 4 hot chocolates, and the purple player would get 5 cookies. So as you can see, there are no bad rolls in Twas, and even though this unique auction system is simple and quick playing, there is as much strategic and tactical depth as players wish to apply. So what to do with these resources? You can only have 6 of any resource stored on your workbench. If you get more than 6, your resources spill over to the warehouse, which is the first of the workshop spaces. North Pole elves always help one another out. The warehouse works the same as the other workshops, except the player who wins gets the first player Rudolph standee, and the other players take whatever food they choose as long as it's available. During Make, players simultaneously convert any letter they have all the resources for to a project. When you do, put hammer work tokens on the card and it becomes a dice worker spot for anyone to use on the next turn. When you place a die on your own project, remove work tokens equal to the value of the placed die. When the last work token is removed, immediately wrap the presents for under the tree and slide the letter under your board. When you play a die on another player's project, move tokens equal to the value of the die to your workbench. Santa's helpers help each other. If the last token is removed this way, the project's owner starts wrapping presents. When you have 6 work tokens on your board, remove them all and add a die to your dice pool for the next turn. This not only creates strategic tension, especially since filling the stocking goals are shared and can only be completed by one player, it's a nice catch-up mechanic for a family experience. As a hobby, we have plenty of great spooky season games, but we need more for the season of joy. 'Twas, 'tis.